Hey guys and ladies, welcome to Zip Gaming Online, and today we're going to be talking about the Mirage. That's right, the Mirage. Why Mirage? A lot of people already covered it, but I think a lot of people are missing something about it. So, we're gonna, pretty much do that. And if you guys are watching this, then awesome. You guys are learning something that other people might not know. So, with that being said, let's go straight into the second skill. That's right, the second skill. Why not the first skill? Because the first skill I want to save for last. So, the second skill is Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand pretty much booby traps everything. Turret will attack enemies, so although sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, but container will flip people. Will smack people over the head, which is kind of like flipping people, I guess. And then, explosive barrel could actually blind people, and the cool thing is laser door will actually hurt the enemy, and also control panel like that will explode instead of sending alerts. So it's actually really useful, right? Yes, it is. And imagine using that for rescue missions and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. Here's the thing, however. Every single skill that the Mirage has is very synergized very well. However, when it comes to using the second skill, the Sleight of Hand, it is affected by power range. However, you want duration mostly for Mirage, so it doesn't suit Mirage very well because you're actually using narrow-minded, right? Narrow-minded will reduce the power range, so you could actually use it for something else. Something else like what? Maybe Eclipse. This Eclipse will actually allow you to actually get damage buff in lights and pretty much kind of like sneaky on the, darker areas of the map, if you will. And a lot of people will argue that, I'm just gonna use it for damage buff. Yeah, you could, but here's the thing. You could actually use it to save your life as well. Imagine if you're being swarmed by enemies and your doppelganger, even though you have 4 of them, sometimes you still get hit because there's just so much aggro that they can take away from you. But when you use Eclipse, you could actually kind of divert that away from them and actually use it to kind of save your life, basically. But here's the thing. There's also another way, which is the Prism. That's right, the disco ball. And if you hit it from outside and explode it, you could actually hit the enemy behind the place, and it's not affected by the power range. Yes, it does shoot laser, yes, it's pretty and all of that, but here's the thing. The laser is affected by the power range, and let's face it, endgame, you're not gonna be wanting that power strength, right? So, too lazy for that, we're gonna stick with the good old-fashioned blind, right? The other problem why I want you guys to actually think about using the blind instead is also because when you use the disco ball, as it travels, you actually lose energy. So it becomes very expensive in energy cost once you thrown it, not during the casting. Also, the casting time is ridiculously long. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Hall of Mirrors. I've been teasing you guys about this since the beginning of the video, so I'm gonna talk about it. Here's Ambulus, our test dummy, and without any Eclipse, one shot with a penta and see how much health he has left. That's right, he is almost down for the count. This is the thing. A lot of people actually kind of miss this, and it seems like from my testing that Hall of Mirrors actually does different kind of buff for different kind of weapon. So different weapon actually does more damage with Hall of Mirrors compared to, say, weapons that are hit scan. Weapon that are hit scan seems to suffer the most for some reason. It does get damage buff, but just not as great. Also, here's the thing. Let's talk about the loadout, alright? The loadout. If you noticed, I didn't put any power strength or power range in there. The reason why is because every single skill synergizes very well. But when you start using power strength, it becomes very problematic. And on endgame, you can barely use it efficiently. And it actually increased the power cost. So it's not that efficient, right? The other thing is the power range. Most of the skill, including the blind during explosion of the Prism, is not affected by it. So why even bother? Why even bother with that? What you want to bother, however, is the natural talent, because if you want to use Prism, and generally most of their skill is much better with actually using the natural talent. The problem with Prism is that it takes way too long to actually cast, and also I want you guys to kind of have a second look on the Eclipse using the Hall of Mirrors. Why is that? Because when you're under attack with a lot of enemies, Eclipse will literally saved your life. Trust me, I've been through a lot of situations where it does. Just go into a dark part of the map and cast Eclipse. You will never die with that, because all the aggro will literally just go into your doppelganger and you can just pretty much finish the enemy off that way. So I hope that touches on a lot of things that people kind of missed, and I think that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll leave you guys with this parting gift of 3 dead Grenier and pretty light fireworks show. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys, take care, and have a good one.
That was the last of the Crew Strike 3. We took a risk, but it paid off.